Viper Auto Valet down at the Viper detailing barn. Just going to do a unboxing video on some new product that's arrived today. It's not new, most of it is stuff that I don't think I've ordered anything new or anything I've not used before. It's just stuff that I'm running low on or run out of. So let's get into it. So from Slims, one of my main suppliers for the majority of the products that I use. I've always liked them, they've always looked after me very well, and their service is excellent, and the range of their products is also very good. So here we go. So what have we got first? We've got some Express spray wax by Maguire's. Don't use it very often. That's probably why the one that I bought when I first started sort of 4 years ago, just coming to the end, there's probably about half a litre left. So time to buy a new one. It's a good product just for that quick wax. You know, on trade cars, there's all sorts of reasons they use it, but that's a good product. I like that. And we've got Maguire's again, hyper dressing, really good product for interiors. I don't use it on cars for dressing plastics, but a lot of commercial vehicles, transits, vans, that kind of thing, where they do get beaten quite heavily in interior wise, builders vans, that sort of stuff. This stuff is really good on the plastics. Once it's been cleaned, this really brings the plastics back to life when they've had a bit of a tough time. It's also good on engine bays. Excellent on engine bays. Probably the go-to product for engine bays most of the time. There's other products that I use as well, but this is really good. And exterior plastics, wheel arches on the plastics, depending on what service is being paid for and what service I'm offering. But that's a really good product. Yeah, excellent product. Got some Malco brake off. I'll talk about that because I've done this a few times now. Really good brake cleaner or wheel cleaner. Excellent product, really good. Do like that. Very good. Another one. So you can see I use that quite a bit. Very good product. Very good. In actual fact, I used to use Valet Pro Bilberry. I'm down to probably a litre of that left, which is dilutable. I generally dilute it 100ml to 500 of water, but I'm beginning to not use that now because I'm using Bill Hamber's, I think it's called Auto Wheel, their wheel cleaner. So I'm using that plus the Malco for really heavily soiled wheels. So the Bilberry is probably going to come to an end for me. Bit of a shame because I've used it since day one, but I'm not sure that it's still the right product for me. I don't like to have too many products that do basically the same thing. So I've decided that I'm going to not buy any more Bilberry, and I'm going to go for the Malco brake off and the Bilt Hamber Auto. I'm sure it's called Auto Wheel. Just stick with them two and see what happens. If it turns out that I need to get that Valet Pro Bilberry again, then I will. But I'm going to see if I can do without it. We've got Malco again, Ultraviolet. It's wash and wax. I don't use wash and waxes very often. Mostly I just use a standard wash shampoo, but occasionally there's a need for a wash and wax. So I always have some. I keep a litre in the van and the rest I'll just keep on the shelf and use as and when. I might use it on my own van, use it on a couple of my own cars, or if I'm doing a vehicle that needs a quick wash. Not that I do that very often, and it just needs a bit of help on the old gloss side. I use that, but it's not as good as polishing, whether by hand, machine, or even Car Pro's Hydro 2 Lite. But it's a good substitute. It's handy to have, and it's not very costly. So always good to have. Nothing else in there. jump right in this one, get it open. A bit of a fight with that one. Oh, Bill Hamber Auto Foam, so that's their snow foam. I find that very good. I wouldn't say it's better than anything else in the market, and I wouldn't say anything else is better than this. It seems to do the job that it's supposed to do. Not the thickest snow foam on the market, that I've certainly seen on YouTube. I've tried a few, and this seems to be the go-to for me at the moment, so I'll continue to use it. So, Bill Hamber's Auto Foam. And I've also got a Poor Boys wheel sealant. I've had one of these from day one. One of the first things I bought, amongst a load of other things that I bought from Slim's when I went down to their Enfield shop and just bought a load of stuff all in one go, and I've had that from day one. Still got plenty left. It goes a long way, but I've bought another one because it was running a bit low, and I was tending to find, as I always said in my videos, that I like to duplicate products. So I've got product in the van when I'm out mobile, and a product at the detailing barn, Viper detailing barn, just so I'm not having to go to the van, get something, sort of a bit of a wasted time. And there's always that risk that I forget to put it back in the van and then need it. So I've bought myself another one of those. It's not the only wheel protectant I use. I also use SP3's Vortex as a ceramic coating, but it depends on the wheel, customers' requirements, budget. So that's a very good product. What else we got here? We've got Swiss Vac Shield. I bought one of these again, a bigger one. I think the one I bought was a 200ml or milliliter. When I first started, and I've had it a very long time. It goes a very long way, does a very good job. So I decided to buy one more. It's quite costly, but it is a good product. So I shall have one in the van, duplicating myself, and one in the barn, because I've only got one, because it was, the pot I bought was £170. This one was £170 because it's a bit smaller, but that's all I need, as I've duplicated it, so that'll be fine size wise, not a problem. I mentioned this already, Car Pro Hydro 2 Lite. This is a very good product. It has its place, and I tend to find I do use it quite frequently when customers require. I use it on my own van, my own cars. It just gives instant gloss and beading so quickly. Really good product. Not much good in the strong breeze or high winds, because it's an expensive product, and if you try and use it in those conditions, most of it goes where you don't want it to go or not on the vehicle. So, but that's a very good product. I like that a lot. Has its place. Right old fight there. Bill Hamber Auto Wheel. I've talked about this earlier on. This is what I'm going to be using. Already use it now, but I'm going to be using this alongside the Malco Break Off. Very good product. Bill Hamber, premium brand anyway. I like that wheel cleaner. Does a good job. So. And that's it. Viper Auto Valet. Down at the Viper detailing barn. More videos to come.